This message has been Murphdog approved.
So, well, my name's Nick, and I just got done with a month and a half of time spent in central West Antarctica doing research for. I'm getting my PhD at Penn State. I'm originally from Minnesota. Um, but we were working on trying to understand the physical processes that control ice flow and the evolution of the Antarctic ice sheet based on an experiment that was really that heavily required one instrument that we were sending down a borehole at this spot in West Antarctica. To set up for the experiment, we built this big hot water drill that you take along and you bore holes 20 meters down into the ice by sending hot water down, filled them with explosives. It takes probably half hour to drill each hole, half hour to fill each hole with explosives, and we had done 80 of them. And then, because we had to set everything up for the experiment, because we had a limited amount of time to have the instrument in this hole in the middle of the ice sheet. In order to run the experiment, I was the one who was sitting monitoring the instrument down the hole. There were two people who were dealing with the explosives who were out way far away, and then we had another set of instruments that were listening at the surface that Kaya, the person I'm traveling with, was out managing. We all have radios, and so, the explosives are synced with GPS time, so they go off on the minute, and the instruments start recording on the minute. And so, we got a radio in that said 20 seconds explosives, and then Kaya radioed in and said everything looks fine. We radioed in, everything looks fine. Everything was hinging upon this thing working. And the explosive goes off, and the people at the explosives end go, "Yep, this was a good shot." Kaya goes, "I see it on all the instruments," and we just sit there. We listened for the first echo, and it never showed up on the instrument. Well, not really sure how to solve this problem. Like, we don't know how to send that message to the rest of them. Peter, the guy who I was with, picked up the radio and was like, "Yeah, we didn't see any." Kaya was like, "Well," because the instrument had been finicky up to that point, so we didn't go in with 100% confidence to begin with. But she basically said, "Well, I guess we pull it out of the hole and we look at it." So they all came in and everyone was really quiet. It takes the ice is about 2 miles thick at this location, and there's this huge winch system that's set up to deliver scientific instruments down to the bottom, because over the past about 7 years, they've drilled this borehole to collect ice, because they use ice as a climate record. But now that this hole exists, we can use it for geophysical surveys, basically. And this huge winch system takes forever. So we messed with the instrument for a long time, and then we had 3 nights where we were allowed to use the borehole, basically, in part because we were at a camp of 30 people that has this giant generator, that the generator makes too much noise. It's too loud. It will swamp out the signal of our explosives, and so they have to shut down their generator and lose power whenever we were running the experiment. So we had these basically 12-hour windows where everyone was mad at us because they didn't have power. They don't have their heat and TV and everything that they like, the things that they could use to keep themselves entertained. And we were under pressure because we had a limited number of times where we could do this. But thankfully, the second night, we got things working at least enough that we were satisfied. And so we started in earnest collecting data the second night and the third night. And so, we were able to walk away with something instead of the nothing that it seemed like we would have after that first night. So it was nice that after that we were able to actually get reliable data, and then now come to New Zealand and relax.